Good morning, sunshines, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to discuss the best options for zero waste toothpaste. Now, toothpaste is something small, but it is something that we use every single day, so switching to a more sustainable option can have quite a big impact. However, it is quite difficult to find something that works and that is sustainable, and I had to try many of them before finding one that I was actually satisfied with. I tried tablets, I tried powder, I tried solid toothpaste, I tried normal toothpaste, I tried everything. So I thought that it could be interesting to share my experience, to discuss these options, and I have ranked them from the worst to the very best. So if you really want to know what I am recommending, you have to stick until the end. And I will discuss both the sustainability aspects and of course if it works, because it's no point having a sustainability product that doesn't actually work. Okay, so my first option is the Lamazuna solid toothpaste. This looks like a lollipop, and the idea is that you spread it onto your toothbrush, and then the product that is there, you just use it to brush your teeth normally. Now, on paper, this is a product that has it all. I mean, it's almost completely zero waste because the toothpaste is solid, and then the stick and the cardboard are compostable in your normal organic bin. And it is a small business owned by a woman, and it is vegan, although I think everything in this list is vegan actually. So in theory it's a great product. In practice it was a complete disaster. I mean, first of all, it never really worked. Second of all, it was incredibly unpractical. I was never able to put product onto the toothbrush, so I really had to stick it directly into my mouth and to really spread it onto my teeth to be able to have some product to use. And that's, first of all, it's nasty, and second of all, it's really not hygienic, because in this way you're putting a lot of water and bacteria onto the product itself. So not at all. And on top of that, it is also very, very pricey. So really it didn't have enough good side. The only good side is that it really lasts forever, I suppose because it's that difficult to put the product onto the toothbrush, so of course it lasts. But in this case it was really not a plus side, because I hated it so much that it was really not that good that it was lasting so long. And indeed it is the only product that I just chunked into the bin without even waiting for it to finish, which is something that I never do. My second option is the Geo Organic powder toothpaste. Now, this is very easy to use in the sense that this is filled with powder. You just stick your toothbrush in, and whatever comes up you use to like brush your teeth normally. Generally speaking, it's a product I really liked. I mean, it worked, and it is relatively zero waste. I mean, the jar is recyclable, the aluminum cup also, so on that side is good, and it is a good brand overall. It's a brand I'm happy to support. The problem I had with that though is that it's a little bit inconvenient to use, and that's because this is powder and it's very, very thin, and you have to use it with a dry toothbrush. And that's because if this is wet, it would be easier, because of course the product would stick on it a lot easier, but you would have water contamination, bacteria, etc, etc, and so this wouldn't last as much as it should. So it needs to be dry, but because it's a powder, then the powder will go a little bit everywhere. And I have the charcoal one, so it's black and it's very, very stainy, which is problem number 2. I mean, I had to wash the sink every single time I was using it because it is so stainy, and if I waited it would have been almost impossible to get it out afterward, or very difficult, and this can be quite annoying if you are in the morning in a rush. So this is something to consider. I would say if you really like the powder idea, then go for something white. They have different options. And if you really like the charcoal idea, then go for the paste or for the tablets instead, that are way more manageable. These are all options offered by Geo Organic, so if you really like the brand and you can find other options. Also, I would say it is quite pricey, honestly. This was around 9 euros, which is quite a lot. But it did last me 5 months, and for reference, my boyfriend in the same time used 2 normal toothpaste and a half. So at the end we spend more or less the same. The next option is just organic toothpaste in an aluminum tube. This is the option that is the most similar to the conventional toothpaste, so I don't really have much to say about it. The reason why I put it in such a high position though is, first of all, it works. Second of all, sustainability wise, I think it can be better than glass. Now bear with me. Aluminum is indefinitely recyclable and so is glass. But aluminum is a lot lighter and less breakable, which means that you have less packaging for transportation and also less CO2. So glass in theory is better, but only if you are able to reuse the jar many times. As you can see, I do actually still have it and use it, but there is only so much that I can do with such a little jar. So one I can reuse, but I wouldn't be able to reuse all the jars if I had to buy one every time I need a toothpaste. Last reason is that it is the easiest one to find. I found aluminum toothpaste in many normal supermarkets, and personally I think that the accessibility is an important element to consider when you're talking about sustainability, because a super sustainable product that is inaccessible, it's not that sustainable after all. And my absolute favorite options are the tablet. They are basically mint candies. You take one every time you have to brush your teeth, you pop it into your mouth, bite it, and when it's melted you start brushing your teeth. I will be honest, I wasn't very thrilled at the beginning, and I only tried them because I couldn't find another toothpaste that I really loved, so I just decided to give it a try, and I was sold by day one. In my experience, they work fantastically, they have an amazing taste, and they are the best zero waste options because I was able to find them completely loose. Now, of course, this is not completely zero waste because you always have to take into account the emission and the waste in the production and transportation and conservation chain, but this goes for everyone else. So it's still the best options I could find. Plus, because they were completely loose, they were priced by kilo instead of being priced by item, and that makes them the cheapest item on this list. And again, accessibility is pretty important. With that said, I do recognize, first of all, that it's not that easy to find them loose and to find them in general, so they lose a little bit of points in accessibility. And also, if you don't find them loose, they might be pretty pricey and they can't come in jar. So then it comes back to my previous reflection. You have to decide if you prefer aluminum or jar and what is the option that you prefer. Personally, I absolutely love them and I'm not going to switch to anything else. This is what I'm going to stick to. So if you are able to find them loose and if you like the tablets, this is something that I absolutely 100% recommend. But this is something that you can't find or is not for you. Powder and the organic paste are also very good options. And these were my recommendations. I hope this was interesting and helpful for you. Please let us know in the comment below, especially if you tried the Lamazuna one, and what are your experience, because mine was pretty ugly and I cannot recommend it, but maybe your experience is different, so in case it could also be very important to know. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you consider giving this video a thumbs up if you liked it and maybe subscribing to my channel. And until the next time, bye!